Audio Jungle.
Welcome to the Free Game Podcast. I'm your host, Wade, where we talk about mostly Miami Heat news and recaps. And we're going to jump to our first topic. And today we're going to talk about Bam's injury and what's next and what's the next adjustments that should be made. So, first off, Bam, he suffered an injury to his thumb for a torn ligament and will need surgery. And at best case scenario, they say it will be 4 to 6 weeks. So this means as a team, Miami is going to have to step it up because Bam brings so much to the game. It's a lot to cover for. So as far as his defense capabilities of guarding 1 through 5, mostly the way they playing now, it was mostly 1 through 3s because he always wanted to switch out to these guards and small forwards, but we'll just leave it at that for right now. They'll have to especially account for his defense, his passing, defensive IQ, offensive IQ. That really plays effect. That IQ goes a long way in the game, so I would say those that they will have to look out for. As far as his replacement, we already know it's going to be Dwayne Dedman, which Dwayne Dedman, he played good within his spot last night with against the Cavs, and that's against a bigger lineup, so that was okay. But Spo, he has to get used to like playing big, in my opinion, and you gotta play Yurtseven. Like these two can give you more height and just simplify the offense to where you don't have to do as many whatever you want to do. Like as far as dribble handoffs, you can still do those, but you can really do more pick and rolls, just simple pick and rolls. They can both shoot, so you can start incorporating pick and pops. You can still do your slips, you can still work these two out. So as far as that, I can see that working. On defense, they have a little bit defensive IQ, but that's probably where you're going to struggle more, and that's where you can incorporate whatever defenses you want to incorporate. I should think, but that's for Spo to figure out. Just suggestion from from a fan's point of view of what I can see. Okay, and Spo, he has to learn to play somewhat big because they'll get easier baskets and they won't have to exert that much energy on both ends. Because as y'all seen the Cavs game last night, they was running zone, trying to box these big dudes out, these 7-footers. They trying to box them out. Even if they boxing them out, they jumping, the 7-footers still getting boards over them. Like, it's hard to keep that up throughout the whole game. Like, yeah, you can start off probably doing good, and then throughout the game, these bigs will just start wearing you down. And mostly that's because we're one of the smallest teams in the league, so that's what we're going to have to go through going forward since Bam is out. And that's just something to think about. Let's see. And I would probably like them to mix more of this, just, Yurtseven just bagging up Dedman. And then you can keep your fours, as far as Markieff, PJ Tucker, and UD. You can keep those in the 4 spots. I would like to just see that. Just keep them more in the forward spots unless foul trouble comes. Then you can kind of stagger those lineups with one of those guys just to make sure, you won't get too small. That's how I think. But, Spo, mad scientist, he should figure it out. But all in all, like, Bam, it's not a knee injury, it's not a meniscus. So as far as athleticism, it should still be there. So that's good. Shooting, we might see a small decline in that, but I think he should figure it out. And as far as just the adjustments that should be made, I honestly feel we should play more conventional pick and roll, mix up the defensive schemes. And I think it will work until Bam gets back, and hopefully Bam come back healthy, and hopefully we're not too far under the water as far as our schedule and our wins and losses. So if he can stay 500 or above that right after Bam gets back, oh, that'll be perfect. That's like perfect scenario. So just some things to think about. I'm going to end the podcast right here, and I'll see you guys next time.